Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week, we've got some Star Wars Legion Ranger Troopers. Man, I've never even heard of these guys. These guys are pretty cool. They're wearing these jackets. They're almost kind of like, it's fitting, because it's almost like the snow troopers we did last week. And they're pretty much the same colors. So it's not going to be too much different here. I think the only difference is going to be a little bit of orange in the visor, and they've got a couple red and blue lights, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, these guys are going to be great. All right, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in there. All right, here we go. Range Troopers, Star Wars Legion. These guys just came out, and I thought it would just be really appropriate to get these guys, to paint these guys, because the last video we did were the Snow Troopers, and these are kind of another version of the Snow Troopers in a way. The way they're all coated out, and their colors are actually very, very similar. We're going to pretty much use the same palette as we did on the snow troopers. These models are really, really cool. They look really detailed, but they're not. And actually, those guns are white. I digress. Anyway, first off, we're going to start off with bone, and that's going to go on the jacket and probably the pants. I may lighten it down a little bit, or I may end up, well, I don't know. Should I do the light umber for the jacket? Yep, I think we're going to do light umber for the jacket. And I have the artwork, and I'll show you what my dilemma. If you see right here, I was going to use the bone color, but I think the light umber is the better choice here. All right, so we're going to use light umber for the jackets. All right, let's do it. Stop here for a second. I'm realizing that this brown might be a little dark, but the pictures on the front of the box, right? It's hard to see because it's a kind of a tanner, but on the picture right here, it's like a darker brown. I like the darker brown, so I'm going to stick with this version. So the brown on here is going to be fine. And again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to lighten these up, highlight the little fur. I'm going to put some tan right here on top to give the fur some highlight. So it's going to turn out really nice. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of bone color on the pants. Those are a little lighter than the jacket. All right. So just wanted to let you know that brown does look a little dark, but I think it's going to look great. All right, I think I solved the problem of the dark brown. I just took that light umber, or no, I'm sorry, I take that back. I took the bone and I put it on the dry brush, and I dry brushed, as you saw, and it really lightened that down really nice. I'm really happy with that. That put it right where I wanted it. That's great. A little rough. I have to cut a couple little touch-ups, like a little smeared right here, right there a little bit. I can fix that with a little bit of brown. That's no problem. These guys are looking terrific. So what we're going to do next is we're going to move on to the white, and we're going to start hitting up all the white. Those boots are white. The armor, those boxes there, those storage things, those are white. This is white. So we just got to go through a general and just kind of touch it up. And I'll probably use bright ivory, or maybe even ivory. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out. All right, let's do it. So I think here I dry brushed this part right here, the fur on the top, but I don't think it stands out like it needs to. So what I was doing is just kind of been going in here. I did it on one already, and I'm just going to fill this in with a little bit of the bone right here. Just give it a little bit of depth, and then I'm going to come back later and I'm going to do a little maybe bright ivory just over the top edge of the shoulder here. But this, on the art, this is more white than brown, and the dry brush left it a little lacking in the white. So we're going to go ahead and go through on all these and touch these up just like this, just to give it some color. And again, we'll go back later and we'll highlight it. So zoom out here. There we go. That looks better. So here, let's take a look at compare the two. You can see the shoulders. This one is now a little more full and furry, I guess. All right, let's finish them up. I got the fur down all the way around. The bases are done now, except for the armor and the boots. We're going to do some bright ivory work here in a minute. But I'm really glad I went back and instead of the dry brush looked really good, but it just didn't quite match the art on the box, on either version of the art I had. So more closer to the box art, and then the paper art poster in it was a little different. I don't know. Anyway, this is better, and I will go back later and highlight that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on, I believe, the guns. I'm gonna get the two black ones. We have two bigger guns, which are black, and the rest of the guns are white or bright ivory. All right, so let's get the guns, or the black ones. All right, let's do it. Alright, so here I tested out both of the washes. I used the Pro Curl black wash, and I used the Citadel black wash, or Nun oil. And I wasn't quite sure. I said earlier about the Pro Curl with the black and how it bleeds, and I thought I'd use Nun oil. I've gone back and forth. This is the one I've used for years. I've used the Nun oil for years, and it's always worked great. And they do a new blend here now. I believe this is the newer blend that they have, and I'm not a bigger fan of. I'm a more fan of the older one, but this one works pretty well. Anyway, I digress. What I did is I used both here, and as you can see, I'll set these down here. On both of these, you can't really tell the difference. I used the black wash on the boots and the gun and the helmet, basically the armor. And I did it. I watered it down really light, and I put it in there, and you can't really tell. And it stained the white, and I'm going to go back over with the white, and that was the intention, right? I wasn't quite sure with the route that I was going to go with these guys. I really struggled with. I actually lost a little bit of sleep thinking about it. I lost some sleep thinking about those boots and that fur. But anyway, I pushed through, and here we go. So wash. I did my general wash in the boots, and I was really careful on the helmet and the chest, and I believe in the crotch area. I got that, and it worked out really well. So it doesn't really matter here which route I go. I'll probably just use whatever I have left. I think it's the Citadel, and I'll just push forward with that. All right, let's do it. Go. We've got the base down for everything, and actually we did the highlight for the white. We just dry brushed white, and we dry brushed bright ivory, and then we did white on the high areas and on the face. And these guys are looking really terrific. I was a little worried about these guys. I always say that. I'm always worried. But what we have left is we've got to do a little bit of wash on some of the end of the coats where it has some fur. I want to get a little bit of maybe a Agrax or brown wash in there just to get a little more pop around the edges. And then we have to do. There's a couple little red and blue lights on their chest and on their boots, along with their orange visors. So what we have left, let's see, we have the lights on the armor and the boots. We have the eyes. We have the wash, and then we have the base and the trim, and that's about it. We're right about there. All right, so let's get the red and the blue button or lights going. All right, let's do it. Well, there you have it, guys. Range Troopers from Star Wars Legion. What a cool little paint, as always. I thought this was going to be a nightmare going in. I don't know why. I torture myself all the time when I go into painting. I go, oh, man, it's just not going to quite be right, or how am I going to get around it? And then I just go down this deep hole. I don't know why, and it always turns out okay. And if it doesn't, I always fix it. So I don't know what I stress out about. Anyway, guys, what a fun little paint. Hey, I also heard Blasticated Painting got some new stuff going on over there. Maybe some battle reports and stuff. Go check him out. Blasticated Painting is his YouTube channel. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll catch you next week.